How's it going, everybody? I'm Lewis, and we've got a new developer blog from the Old School RuneScape team. This is Shards. So recently they put out a developer blog for Lootshare to gather the thoughts from the community about what we thought of that. Having a look at all the feedback and the requests that presented, they'd like to talk about Shards. So let's start off by having a look at what is Shards. Shards is a toggled system that lets you instantly share big loots with your team. Big drops from bosses are split into 300 shards, and these shards are shared evenly with your team. For example, if you were in a team of 3 and received a Bandos Tacits drop, you would receive 100 Bandos Tacits shards each. When you get 300 shards, you'll be able to put them all together to create the full item, or they can be sold individually to other players. The price of a single shard will be exactly 1/300th of the grand exchange price that the item it creates. So if we go back to the Bandos Tacits example, 100 Bandos Tacits shards will be worth roughly 8.8 mil, which is 1/3 of the total Bandos Tacits price as of roughly this moment. So what happens with low value drops? Smaller drops are not split into shards. Instead, they are awarded to a random player in your team. This makes sure that everyone who is in your team, whether they're a damage dealer or a tank, has a shot at getting a few drops. If this comes into the game, you may be wondering, how will I be able to enable shard share? You and your team must join a friends chat, and from there you'll be able to click a button to enable shard share. And the owner of the friends chat will be able to choose what rank is required in order to enable shard share, preventing any unwanted teammates sneaking in and enabling it, or disabling it. The owner of the friends chat will also be able to allow people that they haven't added to take part in shard share, perfect for mass friends chats. So once you've enabled shard share, can your team and yourself use shard share on any world? No, you're only going to be able to use shard share in shard shared enabled worlds. Just over half of the old school worlds will have shard share enabled. Will it be possible to distribute the drops randomly without splitting big drops into shards? Well, yes. If you want to randomize who gets the drops within your team, you can do so without your big drops being split into shards. It will be as simple as the friends chat host toggling the shard option. However, you would still need to be on a shard share world. Now, they mentioned they're only going to be doing the shard sharing for a lot of the bigger items. So let's have a quick look at the items which will be split into shards when using shard share. You'll have the armadillo helmet, chestplate, chain skirt, hilt, and crossbow. You'll have the Saradomin sword and hilt. You'll have the Bandos chest piece, tassets, boots, and hilt. You'll have the Staff of the Dead. There'll be the Zamorak spear and hilt. There'll be the Archer's ring, Berserker ring, Seer's ring, and Warrior's ring. There'll be the Dragon Axe, Two-Handed Sword, Chain Body, and Pickaxe. There'll be the Draconic Visage. There'll be the Tyrannical Ring, Treasonous Ring, Ring of the Gods. There'll be the Odium and Malediction Shards. There'll be the Spectral, Arcane, and Elysian Sigils, and the Dragon Warhammer. Meaning that when it comes to Odium and Malediction wards, you'll be able to get shards, which I find quite amusing. Additionally, our drops, which are currently stacks of items, be split evenly throughout the team. They're going to be offering this as a feature in a separate question in the poll. And are they still offering Lootshare? No, they're not. The feedback that they saw in response to the Lootshare made it clear that Lootshare is something that the majority of the community are not in favour of. Offering shard share with randomly distributed smaller drops is a much simpler system which seems to solve much more of the problems old school players are concerned about. Which I think is a bit of a shame. I thought Lootshare was going to do well in old school. But anyway, why would they be adding shard share? First of all, removing the issue of trust. Currently, if you're in a team of 5 and one of your team gets a 50 mil drop, there's no guarantee that you'll end up receiving a split. For those of you that don't have a group of people to take on bosses, this can be a real problem. Shard share will offer a way of avoiding trust being a factor altogether, with the most valuable loots being split evenly throughout a team, meaning you get a fair share no matter what. And finally, as a community, we've got to let the Old School RuneScape team know exactly what we want from this system. They want shard share to be the best they can be, and they want to get as many improvement suggestions as they can, so they can improve it to be the best system it can be. They're going to be polling shard share really quickly. It'll be in the next poll, in addition to the top 10 PvP quality of life updates. So, if you want to check out that will be coming soon. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of shard share. It's a fairly fair system. However, the things I kind of dislike about it are the things that I really like about Lootshare. And I think it's a bit of a shame that they're not polling Lootshare. I don't really know what the community said about Lootshare. All the things I saw were relatively positive, and I figured that it was probably going to pass. If you want to watch the latest Old School RuneScape poll, please click here for the top 10 PVM suggestions. And if you want to watch the latest Old School RuneScape update, please click here for the Tournament Worlds and TIFF. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and share, and if you want to keep up to date with the Old School RuneScape updates, devblogs and polls, please subscribe. I've been Lewis, thanks for watching, goodbye.